Lastminute.com or verylastminute.com timekeeping or punctuality. Are you one of those lastminute.com people or verylastminute.com, so that you arrive at a place um, on the dot, you know, or with 1 minute to spare, or maybe even just 1 minute late? You didn't allow yourself enough time, even though you have no genuine excuse, no real excuse. Even you don't know why you couldn't leave 5 or 10 minutes earlier. Are you one of those people, lastminute.com people, leaving everything to the last minute, leaving at the very last minute? Somebody who can't even, even if you got up really early, even if you allowed an extra hour, you still would leave the house at that with just enough time, barely enough time, possibly even not enough time to get there without being either on the dot to the minute, or 1 minute late. Are you one of these people? Now, I call this lastminute.com punctuality or timekeeping, but is it? Is this punctuality? Is this timekeeping? Or is it the opposite? And what makes some people like this? I think I've got worse actually in the last year or two. I'm not sure what that says about me, but I think my timekeeping is pretty good most of the time. Punctuality. Sometimes I underestimate or underestimate the amount of time needed, and of course these days with so many endless distractions, with phones, social media, um, internet, YouTube, etc., etc. Sometimes we can just get endlessly distracted, can't we? By something else that we've just seen, or something else to check. And so that's a good question. I mean, has punctuality and timekeeping got worse over the last 20 years? Since we've had all this technology, mobiles, internet, YouTube, etc., social media. Has our timekeeping and punctuality got worse just in the last 20 years with this astronomical change in society? How would you measure that? Our concentration span and our concentration has got worse, but has our timekeeping and punctuality declined? And are you one of those people that, even if you allow plenty of time, you still end up leaving the house, or leaving wherever you are to get to the next place with just enough time, so last minute, so you're every second counts, every minute counts, because you've left it so last minute. It reminds me of the song by Just Another Manic Monday by the Bangles, isn't it? Yeah, the Bangles. She said, even if I had what is it, the lyric, even if I had a jet plane, I still couldn't make it on time. And it's like me, even if I got up at 6 a.m., I'm still not any more likely to get to that 9 a.m. appointment 10 minutes up the road, any more likely. It doesn't make any difference. Even if I was up at 6 a.m., I still wouldn't get to that 9 a.m. any more punctually just up the road. And I think I've got worse. So I'm sort of calling it verylastminute.com or lastminute.com timekeeping. But as I said, is it timekeeping and punctuality, or is it the opposite? And are you one of these people? I've definitely, well, I think I've got worse in the last year or two. I'm not sure what's happened. But yeah, just struggling to get away on time, and not, saying, oh, I'm going to leave at a certain time. And there's no reason why you can't, and you plan to leave at that time, but still, yet again, you're rushing for that train with, you get to the train station with 1 minute to spare before the train comes in. Or you get to the train station and find the train's a bit late. So as much as we complain about the British Railways and the state of them and their punctuality, that's one occasion where perversely you're actually grateful that the train's a bit late. But yeah, I've definitely got a bit worse, and I'm definitely much more last minute. And you know, as I said, even if I allow that extra 5 minutes, even if I say I'm going to leave at a certain time, um, to be more relaxed, to not have to scramble to the place, and just feel so stressed. I say, no, this time I'm going to leave 10 minutes earlier. I'm going to leave at such and such time. And it gets close to that time and I think, oh, better get ready now. But still, I seem to end up going past that deadline by 5 minutes. And the good intentions seem to go out the window as well. So, yeah, as they said in Manic Monday, even if I had a jet plane, I still couldn't get there on time. But in my case, I'm on time, but it's normally on time, but right on the dot, with 1 minute to spare, or even sometimes 1 minute late. So, yeah, I don't know whether you call that fine-tuned timekeeping and punctuality, because generally I like to be punctual. I like to be, conscientious, and being late is, it is rude and it is bad, and I feel, very apologetic when I'm late. So yeah, sometimes I get it a bit wrong, or very, very last minute, but I like to think I'm punctual and a good timekeeper. But yeah, it's getting worse at the moment, so I'm not sure what's happening to me. Yeah, just struggling to get away and leaving it to the very last minute. Are you one of these people? What do you think how are you trying to sort of, I don't know, combat that? How are you trying to improve that? Are you one of those last minute people? Or are you somebody who always manages to be a bit early? Are you good at timekeeping? What's your punctuality like? And what advice would you give to somebody who does struggle with punctuality? Are you somebody who I've seen this on social media a few times? That person who always says, "I'm on my way. I'm on my way," and when they're only just coming out of the front door, or they haven't even left their front door yet, but they'll text you and say, "I'm on my way." So again, "I'm on my way" is a very ambiguous, very loose term, which could mean a lot, actually. It could mean many different things. So yeah, it's a bit vague, isn't it? So yeah, today we're talking timekeeping and punctuality. I'm just going to get me old readers on. I've recently joined about a year ago, the Reading Glasses Brigade. Struggle without them now. Oh, already up to 7.5 minutes. I thought it would be a bit less than that. Normally I'm quite good at gauging time, except when I'm doing my own videos. So yeah, I think that's enough waffle for now. 7.5 minutes. So let's talk punctuality and timekeeping and lastminute.com timekeeping.